Once upon a time, in a kingdom surrounded by whispering forests and shimmering lakes, there lived a princess named Lily. She wasn't an ordinary princess. She didn't care much for golden crowns or ball gowns. Instead, she loved running barefoot through the meadows, petting animals, and sitting among flowers, breathing in their sweet scent. Her best friend was a tiny, fluffy chick named Feather, who followed her everywhere, chirping happily. Lily lived in a castle on a hill, but she rarely stayed within its walls. Every morning as the sun rose, she would dash to the fields to chat with the birds, feed the rabbits, and seek new animal friends. The king and queen, her parents, would sigh at her muddy feet, but they adored her just as she was. "Our daughter has a heart bigger than the whole kingdom," they often said. One day, while Lily sat in a meadow surrounded by daisies with Feather pecking at the grass beside her, she heard a strange sound. It was a deep, rumbling roar that made the ground tremble. Feather squeaked and hid behind her dress. Lily looked around and noticed a huge shadow emerging from the forest. Her heart beat faster, not from fear, but from curiosity. She stood up and headed toward the trees, with Feather reluctantly trailing behind. When she reached the edge of the forest, she saw something she'd never seen before. A dragon stood there, enormous, with scales as green as moss and eyes sparkling like emeralds. He had mighty wings, but one hung limp, as if broken. The dragon looked at Lily and snorted, a small puff of smoke escaping his nostrils. "Don't be afraid of me," he said in a low, rumbling voice. "I'm injured and can't fly. I'm just looking for a place to rest." Lily smiled. "I'm not afraid of you. I love animals, and you're the most amazing one I've ever seen. What's your name?" The dragon blinked, surprised by her bravery. "My name is Emerald," he replied, "but people usually run away when they see me." "I don't run," said Lily. "Come with me, I'll help you." She led Emerald to the meadow, where she made him a bed of soft grass and flowers. Feather, though trembling at first, soon realized the dragon wasn't dangerous. Lily fetched water and fruit from the castle and sat beside Emerald, telling him about her adventures with rabbits, birds, and of course, Feather. The dragon listened with interest, his large eyes softening with every word. Over the next few days, Lily cared for Emerald. She found a book about dragons in the castle library and learned how to fix a broken wing. Using branches, rope, and her clever hands, she crafted a makeshift splint and wrapped it around Emerald's wing. The dragon was grateful, though he sometimes teased that he looked like a giant bird with a nest on his back. Lily laughed, and Feather chirped as if joining in on the joke. In time, Lily and Emerald became true friends. The dragon told her about his flights over mountains and the stars he'd seen up close. Lily taught him the names of flowers and showed him how to pet Feather without ruffling his feathers. Emerald, though huge and fearsome looking, proved gentle and caring. Sometimes, he even let Lily climb onto his back, with Feather perched on his head like a tiny king of dragons. One day, a different shadow fell over the meadow. A knight in shining armor arrived in the kingdom, having heard rumors of a dragon. "I'll slay the beast and save the princess," he shouted, drawing his sword. Lily, who was sitting among the flowers with Emerald and Feather, leapt to her feet. "Stop!" she cried. "Emerald is my friend. He doesn't hurt anyone." The knight stared at her, baffled. "Friend? A dragon?" he asked, lowering his sword. "Yes," Lily said firmly. "He's kind and harmless. If you attack him, I'll fight to protect him." Emerald raised his head and snorted. Not smoke, but a gentle breeze, as if to show he meant no harm. Feather bravely stood in front of the dragon, spreading his tiny wings. The knight looked at this odd trio, the princess, the dragon, and the chick, and suddenly burst out laughing. "I've never seen anything like this," he said, sheathing his sword. "If a dragon has friends like you, he must be special. I won't fight him." From then on, word of Lily and Emerald's friendship spread throughout the kingdom. People stopped fearing the dragon, and some even visited the meadow to see him. Once Emerald's wing healed, he sometimes took Lily and Feather on short flights over the forest. Lily laughed, feeling the wind in her hair, while Feather chirped in delight, clinging to the dragon's scales. Their friendship lasted many years. Lily learned courage and wisdom from Emerald, while he learned gentleness and love for simple things, like the scent of flowers or the softness of a chick's feathers, from her. Together, they showed the world that true friendship knows no bounds, not between humans and dragons, nor between the big and the small. Though the kingdom changed over time and Lily grew up, the flower-filled meadow remained the place where the princess, the dragon, and the chick met to enjoy each other's company. And when the sun set each evening, Emerald would spread his wings, Lily would sit among the daisies, and Feather would nestle in her hand, and all three knew they had each other. That was what mattered most. The end.